Hey y'all, this is an introduction and demonstration of Janus, a task scheduling app. I'm O'Darius Caldwell.
I'm Jackie Shelberg.
I'm Walker Minkus.
And my name's Ethan Hang.
So the problem we wanted to address with our app was time management, general difficulty for people figuring out what to do when they're busy, and productivity. For example, certain professors at USC would assign homework on Dropbox, but other professors would assign homework on Blackboard. We wanted to have a centralized location for all the assignments to be in one spot. Currently, either most people use a physical to-do list or they use the Notes app on their smartphone, or they even chat back and forth between different sources. The goals we wanted to address with our app was to get all the tasks in one place and make it easy to visualize deadlines. Additionally, there's a best practice for to-do list where you organize them by importance and urgency. So we want to automate that process so the top of the to-do list should be done first. Lastly, we wanted to make an app that was particularly useful for neurodivergent people with ADHD because it is sometimes hard for them to figure out what to do first.
To realize this app concept, we decided to use Java and Android Studio to develop for Android phones so that people could use the app on the go. We used Firebase, a Google backend NoSQL database, to store and retrieve user and task data. We were originally going to design the app using multiple activities, but we eventually realized that this wasn't very compatible with the bottom navigation bar that we wanted. We decided to switch to single activity multiple fragments to make that navigation between the bar easier. We use Jetpack Compose for navigation within the app to move between our different fragments. Many of our screens also necessitated some sort of scrolling list, so we made pretty heavy use of recycler views, which allowed us to very easily display things such as tasks and chat fragments. Finally, for testing, we use Mockito to handle the mocking of our database for JUnit testing, and Espresso to handle behavior tests. Our app presents the user with a scrolling list of tasks, which are sorted and color-coded based on an internally calculated priority value. Tasks with higher priority are colored red, and tasks with low priority are colored green, with some oranges and yellows in between. Priority is calculated as a function of time until the task due date, and usually is given weight, or importance value, using the function w times 2 to the negative x plus 1, with w being the weight and x being the time until the due date. We add 1 to x so the task with weight 1 will reach the maximum priority value of 1 the day before it is due. We also include a calendar and a chat feature that can better realize this priority function.
So let's say that I am a user of the app and my professor has just given me a new assignment that looks like it's going to be pretty tough. So I'm going to try to add it to my task list on this app. So I'll open up the app and I'll log in using my email and password. And then once I'm logged in, I'll see my upcoming tasks. And you'll see here, they're color-coded based on their priority, with the most red ones being at the top. So I'm going to hit the Add Task button, and we'll say that this assignment that I was given was my senior year app project for CSCE 420. And we'll give it a pretty high importance value. We'll say that it's a 3. And it's going to be due on April 24th. And I can immediately see when I add that it's shot straight up to the top of the list with a super dark red color, so that I know I should get working on this pretty quick. So I'm going to check out my calendar to see what the rest of my week looks like. And I can see that I've got some stuff on Wednesday and some stuff on Thursday, so I'm going to be pretty busy. So I decide that I want to get some help with this assignment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to this task, and I'm going to hit the share button, which creates this link that somebody else who's a user of the app can click on, and it will automatically open the app for them and navigate them to the add task page and populate all of the data for this task into there so that they can instantly add it to their own list. But now I'm going to go over to the chat, and I'm going to chat with Ethan. And I'm going to say, hey Ethan, do you want to help me with this project? And then I'm going to paste that link.
After I receive the message from Minkus, I can respond to him and also mention some helpful reminders that are related to the project, such as not forgetting to use dependency injection and that the 1.0 release of the project is actually due at midnight, along with the second part of the testing milestone. So after Minkus sees my message, he can then go back to the task list through the home navigation at the bottom and select the task that he wants to modify. From there, he can click the edit button, and then he can now add information that I mentioned to the notes section, which were to use dependency injection, and that the 1.0 release was due at midnight, along with the second part of the milestone, the testing milestone. So another feature of the app is the ability to mark the task as complete. So let's say a week passed and Minkus completed the task, but the task is still listed on the task page. So from there, he can select the task and mark it as complete. And this will send the task to a completed task list, which will be on the completed task page. And the app also has a setting page, which can be accessed through the button at the top right corner of the app. In the settings page, there are different options here, such as the dark mode, changing your profile picture, and resetting your password. The settings is also where the user will need to go to log out of the app.
And you'll also see that in the settings page, there's this setting called the priority calculation method, which can go between standard and long tasks. When I go back to home, you'll see that long tasks has bumped up the priority of a lot of these things, especially these ones that were due further out. You see one of these is on the 27th, and it's the 22nd right now, so this is 5 days out, and it's a bright red. So what long tasks does is it basically adjusts the priority calculation method so that things will start ramping up in priority sooner, in case you have things that will take a long time to do. So let's say a lot of your tasks were like 4-page, 10-page papers, where you would want them to be at their highest priority level more than 1 day before it was due.
So we really appreciate you checking out our app Janus. You can download the APK from our website to start using it on your Android device today. Thank you.